Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dosha Room. Come into a seated pose on your mat. Big letter V, so widen your legs. Dorsiflex your ankles, but don't let your heels lift off from the mat. Press your heels down, and that will automatically give your knees a micro bend, so just let that happen. And flick your toes as well towards the face. Wave the spine here, belly in and up, chest up, head up, hugging and lifting the body, the whole 3D of the body. I'm going to start with my right side, but if you find that you've mirrored me, just come along. There's no problem with that. Back of the right hand on the inside of your right leg. Left arm just to the back, waving the spine, and you're twisting to the left side. Or again, if you're mirroring me, this would be your right side. From the pubis, navel, sternum, and nose. Deep, full breath. Don't be too aggressive with this twist. We're just still warming up. Wave your left arm up. And exhale, let your bottom hand just slide down your leg and come into your lateral flexion. Trying not to lift your opposite sit bone off the mat. So still press it down. If your nose and sternum can point a little bit towards the ceiling, you can have a small neck twist, cervical twist. But if the neck isn't happy with that, just point it neutrally. From here, top hand sweeps down the right side, circle to the front, high on your fingertips, and I'll adjust myself. High on your fingertips, then walk yourself to the left side, back of the left hand on the inside of the left leg, right arm waves up, and you're coming up into your lateral flexion. Deep, full breath. Again, if you find that you've mirrored me, that's no problem. Just come along. This would be your right side. Lift up, top hand behind you, wave the spine, and come back into your twist. Deep, full breath. Without detaching your lower hand from the inside of your leg, lift up, wave up your loose arm, lateral flexion, to the side with the extended arm. Let's make this a little smoother. Top hand down on the mat. Circle center. Circle to the opposite side. Arm pressing in. Loose arm coming up. Lateral flexion. Lift up. Loose hand. My left hand, your right if you're mirroring, helps you in your twist. Wave that arm up. Exhale, lateral flexion. You can go as deep as you want, or if you need to pare it back, that's okay. As long as you're not collapsing forward and down. That's why we have that small twist in the torso. Top hand circles down. Center. Swap it over. Left arm down. Right arm up. Mirroring. Right arm down. Left arm up. Lift, twist. So I'm cueing the main poses now. Wave up, lateral flexion. Sweep down, back to center, opposite side, waving up. Lift, twist. Even smoother. Wave your arm up, lateral flexion, circle down to the other side, lateral flexion, lift, twist. One more per side. Arm up, slide into your lateral flexion, sweep down in a graceful motion. Lateral flexion in the other side. Lift up, twist. Lift, slide, lateral flexion. Circle down to the other side. Lateral flexion. Lift, and back into your twist. Coming back to center, bring your legs together, Adjust yourself on the mat if you need to. Bring your hands beside you. Wave your legs up. Don't let your chest sink down. Push your sternum forward and up. So adjust your hands behind you and lift your legs up into a half boat. And I will do this obliquely so you can see what's happening. From here, right leg curls in, left leg extends, plantar flex the ankles, but flick the toes. Bring your left in, extend the right. So it's like a paddle boat. That's what I'm calling this flow. Swap it over, left, forward, right knee up. Swap it over, right extends, left knee up and curled. Swap, right extends, left extends. A few more. Right extends, left extends. If you notice, I'm bringing my legs a little bit higher. You can join me in this, or you can remain low. Deep, full breath. From here, bring your legs in, right shin in front, wave yourself up in a siddhasana. So you're not pressing. It's not a cross-legged position where your legs are pressing into your heels and ankles. Release them, make it a bigger letter V. With the knees, waving the spine. Exhale, leaving your fingertips behind you. Move your body weight forward and down in a wave-like motion. Belly down, chest, head. Pulling back. Adjusting your hands. Exhale, forward and down. Seated wave. Inhale, waving up. Nice and long. Exhale. Bring it back in and up. Lengthen, hugging and lifting. Exhale. Soften the body during your transition. Waving back, hugging and lifting. Last one, forward and down. Forward wave. Backwards wave. And lengthen your sternum up. Squeezing your rhomboids and your upper traps, retracting the scapula. Hands flat once again. So leaning back. Bring your knees in. Lift into a half boat. Start with the left knee curled in, right leg extends, plantar flex the ankles, but flick the toes. Swap, paddle boat. Lengthening your legs. You can adjust your supporting arms behind you if you want your legs a little bit higher, or you can vary the height. Low paddle boat, mid height, as if you're walking up, lifting them high, bringing them back down. From here, release your paddle boat, left shin on top or in front, wave your spine up, nice and long. Breathing here. A few seated waves, waving forward. Back. Forward. Back. If you can imagine the sound of the ocean, recreating that with the breath. Backwards wave, forward wave, backwards wave. Reset yourself back to neutral. Hands flat. Last one. Knees in. Bring them in and extend. You can even start with a higher boat, but support yourself here. Right knee in, left extends, and paddle. Don't rush. You can just look at your feet, look at your toes, vary the height. Good. There's a lot of quiet moments here in this vinyasa. So don't be alarmed when you don't hear my voice. You are invited to just quiet your mind, quiet your heart, and back in, right shin on top, waving up. Seated waves, waving forward. Inhaling in. If you've noticed, I've reversed the breath. Exhaling forward, inhaling in. Exhale forward. Inhale in. Just quickly swap over your legs, left shin on top, because we want to really balance the opening of the hips. Forward. Maybe you've noticed a difference in the opening of the hips of the forward leg, or maybe not. That's okay. It's very subtle. Lifting up. Last two. Forward and down. You might notice you've come a little bit deeper in your wave, and your chest lifts up a little bit more articulation in the spine, even in the thoracic skeleton, the ribs. Inhaling up. Good. From here, and I'll just face to the front of my mat, hands flat, unfurl yourself into a plank pose. Just lengthen out those joints, bend your knees, puppy pose, lengthen the legs, or keep your knees bent. So you always have the choice of puppy pose or downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. One more, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Lift your heels up, bend your knees, puppy pose. Let's do some dog and puppy breaths. Lengthen the legs, heels down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, knees bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees down. Now let's add some dog twists. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, knees bend. Puppy pose. Keep your right knee bent, but lengthen your left leg. So you're in a half puppy, half dog, and turn the body slightly towards that extended leg, towards the left side. Back to center, back to puppy pose. Heels down, downward facing dog. Heels up, puppy pose. Lengthen your right leg, keep the left knee bent, and I'm twisting a little bit, looking through the gap between my arm and my body, that arch. Inhale back to downward facing dog. Let's make it a little bit smoother. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, puppy. Left leg lengthens. Dog twist to the left. Back through puppy. Dog. Heels up. Puppy pose. Right leg lengthens. Twisting dog to the right. Back through puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Heels up. Puppy pose, lengthen the left, twisting dog to the left, back through puppy pose, downward facing dog. One more, heels up, puppy pose, twisting dog to the right, back through puppy, downward facing dog. Wave the spine, belly up, chest up, head up, and down. Now, let's add a little bit more to that flow. Downward facing dog, puppy pose, twisting dog to the left, right leg extends out to the left side through that arch of your left body. Stay or spin yourself open, turning on the balls of your feet into a fallen triangle. Coming back through this what shall we call this? Fallen triangle prep. Back to puppy pose, downward facing dog. Other side. From downward facing dog, puppy pose, twisting dog to the right side, extending the right knee. Left leg threads under the arch of your right side and stay if this is enough. Or spin yourself open, allow your feet to adjust in this fallen triangle. Top hand, top arm can be in line with your shoulder, or if your balance is okay, you can bring it out towards the back. Back down on the mat with your hand, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave. Good. Let's make it smoother. Downward facing dog, puppy pose, twisting dog to the left, Fallen triangle prep, right leg threads under the arch of the left side and stay, or spin yourself open. Top arm vertical or diagonal to the back. Coming back through those poses, back through puppy pose, downward facing dog. Heels up, puppy pose. Twisting dog to the right, extending the right knee. Left leg goes through the arch of your right side. Fallen triangle prep and stay, or spin yourself open. Adjust your top arm wherever you want it to be. Coming back through those poses. Downward facing dog. Last pair. Downward facing dog. Puppy pose. Twisting dog to the left. Fallen triangle prep. Or your full fallen triangle. You can even adjust your perpendicular leg if you want a little bit more of a challenge, making this a really open pose. If you can see my foot there, making it a really open pose. Back through those poses. Downward facing dog. Heels up, puppy pose. Twisting dog to the right. Triangle prep to the right. Or spin open. Deep full breath. Coming back through your poses. And step back. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a spinal wave. And exhale down. From downward facing dog, heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump. I'm opting to step and walk up to the top of my mat. Forward fold. Soften your knees. Never hang in your forward fold. Press your finger pads strongly down into the mat. Backs of the hands together. Thread yourself up. Pressing in the backs of the hands, that counter poses the wrists. Flip your hands over just heart height for this flow. Tilt your hips, push your hips forward. Standing, Anjali Mudra, standing prayer pose. Letting your head go. Once again, in our back bends, we're pushing the hips forward so we're not overly crunching the lower back. We're avoiding that. Squeeze the front of the body, lift yourself up. The head and the eyes are the last to come out of the pose to avoid dizziness. Lead with the crown of your head. Forward fold, but this time bend your knees so the belly is down on your thighs. Can you see that? The belly is down on your thighs. Hands down, let the head go. So it's a Chandra Uttanasana as opposed to the pose where your legs are lengthened. This one, we're pressing our belly down on our thighs. Deep, full breath. Hands as flat as you can make them. And step or jump. Back of your mat. Plank. From here, come all the way down. Just cobras for this flow. Untuck your toes. Adjust yourself on the mat if you need to. Hands slide down on the lower ribs. And wave yourself up. Belly up, chest up, head up. Coming into Cobra via the strength of your back muscles, and then add the hands if you want to. Exhale, abdominal massage all the way down. 2 more, why not? It's a nice pose. Waving up, you can lift your hands slightly here, feel that height of your chest, and then add the strength of your arms. Exhale down. 1 more, waving up, suspended cobra, then supported cobra with your hands down. Exhale, all the way down. Tuck your toes under, lift up through your knee plank if you want to, or straight up. Full plank, bend the knees, puppy pose. Breathing here, wave the spine. Always good to neutralize the spine. Right leg curls up into the body weight forward, and step that foot through. Back heel is lifted up, so we are in a lunge position. My right foot is forward and the left hand is flat on the mat. Wave your right arm up, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, and you're looking up towards your fingers if you can, or just in neutral. Top hand sweeps to the back, down, big circle, forward and up, reverse. Arm to the front, down, back and up. 2 more circles to the back. Feel that length in your gluteal muscles. Down, forward and up. Strong standing arm though. Forward, circle down, to the back and up. Thread your top arm down on the mat. Back heel down. Extend your arms as far as they'll go towards the right side and side sweeping lunge to the left. 1 more to the right. One of our most delicious poses and flows, side sweeping lunges. It's really nice for the body, feels really good. And last one, to the left side. Adjust your feet. You're now pointing to what was the back of your mat. Back heel lifts up in a low lunge. Right hand down in line with your left foot. Your left arm is waving up. You're noticing I'm not crunching my shoulder here. I'm pushing strongly through the length of my arms so that the neck isn't sinking down. So do the same. Left arm lifts up. Breathing. Circle it towards the back. Look at the hand if you can. Down, forward, and up. Don't rush. Forward, down, move with me. Don't rush. Back, and up. 2 more to the back. Down, forward, and up. Last one. To the front, down, back, and up. And wave that arm down. Step back, plank. Knees down, untuck your toes, or from full plank, all the way down. So you have your choices. Untuck your toes here, flat plank, wave up, suspended cobra, then supported cobra, and lifting up a little higher if you want to. Exhale, abdominal massage, all the way down. 2 more. Suspended cobra, supported cobra. Exhale down. Last one. Suspended cobra, supported cobra, and exhale down. Tuck your toes under, through knee plank or straight away, full plank. Puppy pose, downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale all the way down. Back to downward facing dog. From here, going back to the top of the mat, right leg curls up, step it forward. Left hand down on the mat in line with your right foot. Back heel lifted up and adjust your lunge. Make that back leg nice and strong. Right arm waves up. Deep full breath. Top arm to the back. Down. Forward and up. Forward. Back. And up. Big circle. 2 more to the back. Forward, up. Last one, forward, back, and up. Wave that top arm down. Back heel down on the mat. Extend your arms as far to the right as they'll go. Then side sweeping lunge. Just breathe. Stop on the left side. Turn your feet. Back heel lifts up, lunge. Right hand down. Left arm waves up once again. 2 per direction to the back. Forward and up. Forward. Big circle. Notice if you're crunching on your lower shoulder, and hand up. Last 2 to the back. Down. Forward and up. Strengthen your lower arm. Last circle for this. Forward, down, back, and up. Roll that arm down. Hands down. Step your left foot back. Half flow. All the way down. Untuck your toes. Waving up. Suspended cobra. Supported cobra. And nice and high. As long as you're not lengthening your arms and you're still sticking your pelvis down on the mat. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhaling. Exhale. Extra breaths if you need to. Last one. Inhale, waving up. High cobra. Exhale down. All the way down. Bring your hands under your forehead, under your face. Rest your hairline on the backs of your top hand and rest here. You can even shake your hips side to side if you want a little bit more of a release for your lower back. Deep, full breath. From here, release your head up. Hands back by the lower ribs. Tuck your toes under. Strong lift up. Plank. Nice and slow. Bend your knees. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. One more round of this, and I've brought my weights with me. You can use your weights if you want to. Left leg, and I'm starting with my left this time. Left leg lifts up. Wave yourself forward. Step it through. Back heel down on the mat. Right hand down on the mat. Left hand with or without your weights. The weights will give you a little bit more sense that you want to control your arm. Left arm rolls up. Again, with or without your weights. To the back. Down. Control your arm. Forward and up. Forward. Down. Back. And up. 2 more. One per direction. Deep, full breath. And when you repeat this flow, you can bring your weights and use your weights at the start if you want to, or just this second half. And lifting up. Roll that arm down. Leave your weight there at that end of the mat. Back heel down. Side sweeping lunge. 1, 2, 3. And stopping at your right side, turn your feet. Left hand down. Back heel lifts up. Hand on your weight. Wave your right arm up. Deep, full breath. See how your joints are with that extra weight. And arm to the back. Down. Forward. And up. Front. Down. Back. And up. And 2 more to the back. Forward. And up. Control the movement of your arm. Forward. Don't make it too fast. Don't just give in to gravity and momentum. Roll that arm down. Step back. Plank. Half flow. All the way down. Untuck your toes and just 1 cobra here. Suspended cobra. Supported cobra. Coming high if you want to. Exhale down. Tuck your toes under. Through knee plank, should you want to. Full plank. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave. Left leg curls up. Step it forward. Right hand down. Left hand on your weight. Back heel lifts up. and wave your arm up. 4 circles, 2 per direction, starting to the back. Down, forward, and up. Forward, control that weight, especially in the downward motion. Back, and up. To the back. Again, control your arm in that downward motion. Forward, lifting it, and up. Last one, forward, down, back, and up. Roll your arm down, just release your weight. Side sweeping lunges. That's 1, 2, and 3. Turning to the right side, left hand down, right hand on your weight. Last one, roll your arm up. Breathe. Inhale, exhale to the back. Down, forward, and up. Forward. Don't let your arm just give in to gravity. Back, strong lift, and up. Last one, to the back. Making sure your back leg is still active in the pose. You're squeezing your legs. You're squeezing your muscles. Last one, front, back, and up. Roll that arm down. Release your weight. Step back, half flow. Exhale all the way down. Cobra. Flat plank. Lift up, full plank. Puppy pose. And downward facing dog. Spinal wave. Belly up. Chest up. Head up. Exhaling down. Right leg curls up. Bring your body weight forward and step that foot down. Step that foot through. Now you can opt to use blocks here with this pose, but I'll also show you a version of the pose without the blocks, and it's still modified and paired back. But with your blocks, back heel down on the mat. Blocks just where your hands would be. Wave the spine up, wave the body up into a high Parsvottanasana. Intense side stretch. The knees are in a micro bend. You're not hyperextending. I hope you see the difference. I'm hyperextending my knees now, and now they have a micro bend. If you don't have any blocks, your fingers can be down on the mat, or your hands can be up on your shin, but not on your knee. Don't press on your knee. Hands up on your shin, and you're still waving up. There's a bit more weight on that front leg, but regulate the bend of your knee. Don't hyperextend. Deep, full breath. Coming into Parivrita Trikonasana, revolved triangle with a block. Hand on your block, any height, flat, mid-range, or high. Just make sure that the high position of your block is secure. Right arm waves up. And you're in your revolved triangle. If you don't have a block, bring the back of your left hand on the outside of your right leg. So you're crossing your arm, and bring your lifted arm up, your right arm up. Come into a twist. Deep, full breath. Release that pose. Coming into triangle pose. And I'll start without a block. Back of the hand on the inside of your leg, and you're just extending both arms in the direction they're already pointing. And this is your high triangle. Or if you want to come lower, you can do so. Or if you want a block, place it on the pinky side of your foot, and you're supported here in your triangle pose. Deep, full breath. From here, bend your front knee. You can look down at your feet if you want to. Bend your front knee, forearm on your thigh, top arm comes into a diagonal position, and you're in a higher version of Parsvottanasana. side angle pose. Deep full breath. Top hand relaxes down on the mat. Bring your blocks away. Body weight forward. Back leg curls in and up as you lift yourself up into a balancing pose. Hug your knee close to your chest. Plantar flex your ankle, but flick the toes. So this is the paired back modification of the pose. If you want to go a little bit deeper, right hand on your hip, left hand under your knee, and you can support that leg into its extension. But if you can hold on to your foot, your ankle will necessarily come into dorsiflexion here. Hold on to the blade of your foot and lengthen up. So you have your options. Bring that leg out to the side. Adjust your stance if you need to, and adjust that leg. So I'll just face you. We'll make this flow smoother, but I just want to show you how that leg is on the side. Or pair it back to this. Hold on to your leg. You're supporting that leg, still flicking the toes. Or if your joints are really not happy, you can even bring it down. Light on your toes. If you put pressure on that big toe, just come on the flats of your toes instead. So it's like a modified tree pose instead. So coming back, facing that side of the mat. From the position of the leg out to the side, bring that leg to face forward on the flats of your toes, or lift it up or back into the full expression of the pose. Right hand releases from your hip. Cross it on top of your shin, holding on to that foot, and you're twisting open. This is the full pose. If you want to pair it back, bend that knee, hold on, and twist. If balance really isn't happy with this, bring that foot down on the flats of your foot and twist this way. You always have options. Deep full breath. Coming back to center. Left leg releases towards the back once again. Melt yourself forward and down. Extend your arms. Side sweeping lunge. Left. Right. Left. One more to the right. And one more to the left. Turn your feet. Extend both knees. Fingers in line with your foot. With or without your blocks. And wave the spine nice and long. So we're not hunching this way. In this pose, you're opening your chest up. You're retracting your scapula. Opening the neck and looking forward. If you want to come deeper, you can bring your arms forward, but don't lose the activation of your back. From here, revolve triangle, right hand down on the mat, with or without your block, left arm waves up. Stay low or pair it back higher if you want to, in a higher version of the revolve triangle. Release the pose. If you're high, back of the left hand on the inside of your thigh and open up back into your high full triangle, or coming into a low full triangle. Deep full breath. The bottom hand can be on the arch side of your foot or on the blade side of your foot. Doesn't really matter much. Deep full breath. Top arm, roll it down. Bend your front knee. Let's start high. Forearm threads on top of your thigh, and you're waving the top arm towards the left side. Side angle. If you want to come lower, left hand arch side or blade side of the foot. But I find arch side of the foot is best for this pose. Deep full breath. Release the pose. Shoulders back to level. Body weight forward. Curl in and up your right leg and lift up. Come into a supported pose for this first one. If your balance is okay, left hand on your hip, right hand any way you want to support your leg, and come into your pose. Deep, full breath. Bring that leg bent or extended out to the side. Bring that leg back to front, bent or extended. Left hand holds on to your leg, crossing on top of your shin, and you're twisting to the back. Back to center. Release that leg, down, and step back, plank. Inhale, plank, all the way down. Flat plank. Use your knees if you want to. Waving up. Unsupported cobra. Supported cobra and lifting high if you want to. Cobra is a back bend, so be aware of your lower back. Exhale down. Tuck the toes under, lifting up. Plank. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave. Exhale down. Left leg curls up. Wave forward. Step it through. Back heel down on the mat. Supported or unsupported. Intense side stretch. Both legs extended, both knees extended. Arms waving to the front. Stick your finger pads down, but your back is still nice and active. Retracting the scapula. Deep, full breath. Revolve triangle. Bring your hands back in. Again, supported or unsupported. Right hand down. Left arm waves up. Deep, full breath. Top arm waves down. Down on the mat. Maybe on the arch side. Right arm waves up. Deep, full breath. Pare it back if you need to. Bend your front knee. Top arm shifts into a diagonal position for our side angle. This is why I placed my hand on the arch side, so it's already there. Release the pose. Shoulders level. Wave forward. Roll up into your single leg standing pose. It's a balancing act. Left hand on your hip. Right hand wherever you want to place it on your leg, bent knee or extended leg. Deep, full breath. Release that leg out to the side. Once again, bent knee, and this is the pose, or extended leg. Back to the front. Bent knee twist or extended leg and twist. Release the pose. Step that leg to the back. Melt down. Side sweeping lunge. Breathe. I'll cue you to stop. So until I do, just come into your side sweeping lunges. Trying to quiet the mind, slowing it down even if you want to. Stop on your right side. So turning your feet, stopping your side sweeping lunges on the right leg. Hands blocked, supported or unsupported, extended or in line with your foot. Parsvottanasana, intense side stretch. Deep, full breath. Revolve triangle. Left hand down, supported or unsupported, and wave your right arm up. Remember, you can always pare it back into a higher position You don't have to stay down on the mat. If you want to lift yourself up, top arm rolls down. Arch side of the foot, we've decided that. Left arm waves up. Once again, supported or unsupported with your lower hand. Low pose or higher pose. Up to you. You determine the challenge. From here, bend your front knee. Top arm comes into a diagonal position. Side angle. Deep, full breath. Release the pose. Level the shoulders. Body weight forward. Rolling up. Bent knee or extended. Balancing pose. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana. Leg out to the side. Bent knee or extended. Back to front. Right hand crosses. Left arm releases to the back. Lengthen here. See if you've collapsed down in your pose. Lengthen yourself. Nice and high. Release. Step back, plank. Don't rush. All the way down, with or without your knees. Waving up. Suspended cobra, supported cobra, and coming high if you want to, or stay low. Exhale, abdominal massage down. Bring your hands once again under your forehead and rest. Creating that echoey oceanic sound in this cavity under your face. One more full breath. Hands released beside the chest, on the lower ribs. Lift yourself up, just the torso, into a knee plank. And push back. Extended child's pose. The elbows are still extended, the hands are still pressing down, but you can let your head go. Walking your hands in front of your knees, pushing yourself up, but you're waving the spine up. You're not just hinging on your hips. The head is the absolute last to come out of the pose. Sit down on the mat, and once again, I'll be looking towards you so we know what's happening. From your seated pose, bring your right shin in front if it's not there yet. Left leg, rock over to your right side so you've got space to bring your left leg to the back. And I'll just turn so you can see how that leg is positioned. So the heel is close to your body, your toes close to the body, but not really tucked under. And I'll turn even more. Not really tucked under you, just close to the body. Good. If you want to, you can have a folded blanket and you can sit on that. From here, wave the spine, belly up, chest up, head up. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, and you're twisting. You're helping yourself in that twist with that crossed arm, but don't be aggressive in this twist. Deep, full breath. Coming back to center, to the other side. Left hand on your knee. If you're mirroring me, this would be your right arm on your left knee. And you're twisting to the right side. If you're doing the same side as I am, once again, if you are mirroring, just follow me. But you are twisting to your left side. Back to center. Front leg, extend it forward. Wave the spine up. Dorsiflex your ankle this time, so my ankle, and I'll just bring it here, is in a 90-degree angle. And just walk yourself forward. Try not to collapse, not to round your chest here straight away. Give yourself that nice, strong, straight back, and you're just walking yourself forward. It helps if your neck is lifted up and you're looking forward. If you can hold on to your foot, hold on to your foot. If you can only hold on to your shins, that's okay. Hold on wherever your hands will reach. If you want to bind, hand of the bent knee holds on to the wrist of the extended leg. So for my sides, left hand holds on to the right wrist, and you're bringing your hands in front of your foot. Breathing here. I'm still trying to bring my scapula into a retraction, so I'm not pulling. If you can see my shoulders, they're still pulling towards the back. They're not rounding forward. Deep, full breath. Release the pose. Bend that right knee or that extended leg, extended knee. Hold on to your foot, so your right arm will necessarily come on the inside of your leg, and just bring that leg out. And then reset your shoulders, and I'll just turn a little bit. Stay where you are, and I'll just turn so that you can see the pose. Deep, full breath. Hugging and lifting. Bend your knee. Bring that leg, instead of forward, bring it out into an angle only as much as your hip joints will allow. Back of the right hand on the inside, on the calf of your leg. Left arm waves up. And exhale, lateral flexion to the extended leg. Breathe. If you think you can hold on to your foot, you can hold on to your foot and thread yourself a little bit deeper in the pose, threading yourself in that circle, in that ellipse that you've made with your arms. If you want to, you can always ignore that. Release. Bring your hands behind you to support our backwards motion. Bring your right leg in and release that left. The left will now be in front, right leg to the back. Bring that heel close to the body. Adjust yourself on the mat. Wave yourself up. Left hand, right knee, and you're twisting. Deep, full breath. Releasing back to center. Right hand, left knee, and you're twisting to the other side. It would be just a shallow twist because your spine is in a slight curve. So once again, don't be aggressive in these twists. Back to center. Keep your right knee bent and foot towards the back. Left leg extends forward. Wave the spine up. You can walk your hands on the mat or hold on to wherever your hands will reach. Lengthen the spine up. And once again, if you can hold on to your foot, you can hold on to your foot. Or if you want to bind, you're welcome to bind. My right hand is holding on to the wrist of my left. And I'm binding here. And I'm also squeezing my rhomboids and my trapezius. So the shoulders are drawing to the back and not collapsing forward. Not being pulled forward. Deep, full breath. Release the pose. Bend your knee. Hold on to your foot. So my left arm will necessarily come on the inside of my left knee and extend the leg. If your leg isn't comfortable extending all the way straight, Just lift your leg up, lift your heels up, and just stay here. If this is enough for you, then this is enough, and this is fine. Or you can lengthen your leg, incrementally lengthening your leg, holding on to the foot. You're trying to plant or flex your ankle. And I will turn just a little bit sideways for you. You're trying to plant or flex your ankle, nice and straight, and you're flicking the toes. Adds a little bit more activation. Nice and long. It's easy to just collapse in this pose. So wave the body up, hug and lift. Just look past your toes. Find your zen. Bend the knee. Support yourself on the mat and open up that leg. Back of the left arm on the inside of your left leg. Right arm waves up, lateral flexion to the extended leg. You're bringing your arm on the inside of your knee. If your hand can hold on to your foot, both hands on the feet and thread yourself a little bit deeper in the pose. Or you can totally ignore that and just stay high. This is good too. And lift yourself up. Support yourself behind so that you can bring your legs back in. Now I am going to turn back to the mat and come down. Belly down, flat plank. Bring your arms beside the body, palms facing up. Head down first. Just relax yourself here. You can even shuffle your hips side to side. Shalabhasana, locust pose. From here, wave the spine up. This is why we've been strengthening the upper back. Lift your legs up. You can even lift your arms up and you're squeezing. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Resting your hairline down on the mat or your forehead. I might be sounding weird because my mic is just under my chin. Deep full breath. And one more lift. Inhale. Waving up. Breathe. And feel your body rocking with your breath. Squeezing in. Last breath. Exhale down. Now for the next pose, you can opt to stay in locust pose, or you can also come with me. We're going to bend our knees and holding on to the ankles when we've lifted up. So when you're ready, inhale, waving up, locust pose. Stay here or bend your knees, hold on to your ankles, and lift yourself up into bow pose. Now, bow pose is also a back bend, but for me, I like this pose as it gives me a really good massage for the anterior of my body. A deeper, stronger belly massage, abdominal massage. So the height of the chest and the depth of the back bend is secondary for me in this pose. And breathe. Allow your body to rock. Exhale down and release. Last round, your choice, locust or wheel. And inhale, but travel through the locust pose before coming into your wheel. Waving up. Shalabhasana or Dhanurasana. And again, I can't remind you enough. Just breathe, deep, long breaths, and allow your body to rock, and to lift, feeling the ebb and flow of your breath. Last inhale, and exhale, release down on the mat. Shake your hips side to side. Just allow them to neutralize. And when you're ready, just flip yourself over. Lying down, gather your knees to your chest. Be gentle here. Be mindful of your lower back because we just came into strong back bends. Then, when the lower back is nice and neutralized or is feeling good, sacroiliac joint massage. You can still keep supporting your legs, or if you want to, just relax your arms in your shavasana and wait for your legs to join them. Just a few more sacroiliac massages. Very important to bring the lower back and the pelvis back into equilibrium. And when they're feeling good, bring your feet down on the edges of your mat. Window wipe. In a modified Jatara Parivriti. And incrementally lengthen your legs out. Don't rush. Just walking your legs with each shift of the legs side to side, walking the legs out until they're nice and lengthened. Deep, full breath. Exhale with a sigh even. And come into your Shavasana.